Try that again. G'day. It's another gorgeous day in paradise, Christchurch, New Zealand. I've been looking at this semi-scale Holt engine, this Chinese engine. Trying to get it to run the best. There's a couple of things that are bothering me about this. One is I can't get it to idle down very far, and I wonder whether the control in the carburetor is able to close enough. So I think that there's too big an opening in the carburetor, it's not idling properly. So I'm going to have a look at that. The other thing I found was I wanted to ensure that each of the cylinders was running properly. And taking the spark plug cap boot off to disable spark plugs one at a time, I found that even when it sounds like it's running really well, this engine is running on the middle two cylinders. Does not appear to be running on the outside two cylinders. So I don't think this is closing as I'd like it to close more than that. It's loose enough that air can get through there, even if that was closed a bit more. I want to get that down. It strikes me that this is quite an easy engine to work on one cylinder at a time, getting one cylinder at a time going. We can take a spark plug out of the cylinders we don't want to fire and take the valve rods off the cylinders we don't want to fire, and those intake and exhaust valves are going to keep the integrity of pressure in the manifold so that we can pull in fuel. With all those closed, this will pull in fuel and exhaust out of there correctly. We can essentially check the spark and tune this engine one cylinder at a time. So for me, it's like, hey, I got 4 engines to optimize, and there they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to start that process because I have a 4-cylinder engine. I would love to get it running like a 4-cylinder engine. I would love to get it running at a really nice slow idle as well. I find that the ignition near top dead center benefits these small engines. They are so tiny. The time for the ignition of that fuel-air mixture to propagate out is much, much smaller than a big engine. So I don't think that these engines need to have their ignition advanced as much as a bigger engine, because there's going to be so much less distance for the flame front to propagate fully through the cylinder at the top there. So I like to have these running nice, slow, idle with ignition at top dead center for engines this size, for these desktop ones. And we're going to take out, we're going to try and get this and this cylinder working, because they're not at the moment, and they do have spark. So there's something else going on. So I want these spark plugs to be fitted and sitting somewhere where they can do their sparky thing, so that I'm not going to get sparks crawling around in the ignition where we don't want them. One of the commenters has suggested that I get different spark plugs, and I probably will. One of these has already fallen to bits, and that's never a good look, is it? doesn't exactly thrill you with the quality if that's happening. So we're taking off the side here so we can see top dead center, bottom dead center. So now all these valves are up. We're just dealing with this one. Let's feel what the compression is like. Yeah, we got a 1-cylinder engine here. Ignition's off. Right, I'm going to set these other spark plugs up so they're at least running. Okay, so those are, should be able to get, yeah, I can hear them all. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's fine. I can hear all the spark plugs going, but it's this one that I care about. We're going to take that one out and clean it one more time. It's not bad. Actually, one of the reasons why this is not bad is because it hasn't been firing, you know. It's pretty clean, actually. We're going to check for a spark here. Ignition on. Yeah, I can see the spark. And we're going to try and get this running as a 1-cylinder engine on this thing here. Going to adjust the valves first. Now, the problem I've been facing with adjusting these valves and getting rid of the lash is that the parts that are not lobes are not circular. As the cam follower is following the surface of the cam shaft, the surface that's not the lobe, it should be, you know, on one level, but it's not. It's sort of moving up and down a bit. So, okay, let's have a look. Firstly, we want to find out whether this is firing at top dead center. Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay, so that's firing at pretty much exactly top dead center for each of those. So I'm happy with that. I don't need to mess with that. Okay, we got a little bit of wiggle there and a little bit of wiggle there. More than I want. Okay, we're turning around here. Okay, as we come around the top, okay, our inlet manifold is opening. Okay, see there's no movement on that. Okay, let's just look at that again. So we're coming over. Okay, so just over the top we've got an inlet. We're sucking in, sucking in, sucking in, sucking in, and it should close. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that inlet valve. Let's look at the exhaust valve. We're going up, top dead center. It's powering the stroke. Now we've got to the bottom here. Actually be quite big. Right, that valve looks fine there. We're going to turn this on. We're going to see if we can get this running as a 1-cylinder engine. Yes, strange but true. All those other spark plugs are still there. They all look good. I want to get each one of these cylinders running. Where's my fuel, oil? So you can hear a little bit of carb intake there, but okay, we got it running. Okay, so we have a single cylinder engine running there. Okay, right. Okay, good. Right, we're going to stop that there. Let me just check the valves again. This is my exhaust stroke. And just before, yeah, that's fine. And then let's see, can we go back? All right. Just before. Oh, yeah, I'm happy with that. That's I mean, it doesn't sound like it's running very well, but think of all the extra crap that's turning over. 3 other cylinders and all that kind of stuff. Let's just go through that again. Just going to double check that. Ignition on. Start. Got oil all over my flywheel. I cannot hold it. Let's try that again. Right, I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to make a note. When I say I'm not going to make a note, I'm going to take the spark. I'm going to take the spark plug out. I'm going to take those rods out and make sure that when they go back in the right way. Okay, so. Okay, yeah, that's definitely running better. But I would love to get that. I'd love to get that carb working a bit slower. So I'm just going to check what's going on in there, see whether I can make any difference here. We'll just see what that does. Where is it? Here it is. heaps better. Okay, that needs to come out just a touch. Yeah, okay, we're out of fuel. What are we at temperature-wise? We're absolutely fine temperature-wise. Let's put a bit more fuel in it. Keep going. So just to summarize or reiterate, we're trying to get even running and slower running. It looks like we're getting closer to the slower running with that little bit of carb adjustment there. Did you see that crap come out of there? Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Wait, what? What happened there? Oh, it's too lean. Okay, too lean, too fat. Too lean. Too lean. Oh, really nice. So it's fairly even. The idle speed's better.
Years later.
Oh yeah, that's... Okay, that is accelerating brilliantly. It's idling pretty well. I need a spring though. I need a spring to keep that there and something to keep that there. So I'm going to use some Loctite and find a spring.
You have to buy bread and milk.
Of course I brought bread and milk.